Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Mornings with Marvel, where authenticity lives and thrives to create a space of growth, healing, and joy. I am your host, Andrea Lawful Sanders, and each day we will cover the topics that are informative and engaging while learning from each other. Good morning, Arande. I saw that you were joining me today. Forgive me for putting on my chapstick as I'm getting on the air. Running a little bit late this morning. Good morning, Vic Sylvia. Good morning, Chloe. Good morning to all of you. Let me look on over here at I am on my live stream chat here. Lots going on this morning. So I was trying to get myself together. Good morning, darling. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you today. I'm sure that Niall sent you the link to join me. Oh, you're in Paris. I can't stand you. How are you guys doing? Good morning, Bobby Carr. Good morning, Sylvia. How are you, my darling? It is Wednesday. Most people call it hump day. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Marguerite. It is so good to see all of you. There are days, I tell you all this all the time. Whoo, these days, Father Abraham has many sons. So today I am going to interview one of my favorite people. Good morning, Viola. Orande Kari. I met him some years ago through Mr. You know what, Chloe? Chloe says I needed a proper croissant. I met Arande through Mr. Man Frisbee some years ago and realized that he really was a master at painting. And so, for one of my husband's pivotal birthdays, I asked him to do a painting of George Clinton, uh, Jimi Hendrix, and a bunch of others. And he put it on one camera. It is so beautiful, and he is so talented, and he's right here in Philadelphia. A piece of his work is in the African American Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. And so this brother is talented beyond measure. And so today I'm going to interview him so that for those of you who have never met him can have a conversation with him about his work. He went, and I hope, Arandi, when you come on, that you have some samples of your work for folks to see. Every time someone comes into our house and sees that painting that he did for Mr., they marvel. I mean, the painting just comes off the canvas. And so that's what we're doing today. I have quite a few people who want to be interviewed for Good Morning Viola, Viola's Wrapping Flowers, Good Morning Shaquilla, who want to come on because they are running for office. I am doing an informal poll. There's a district attorney race happening in Philadelphia. My informal poll is this. It's Dugan, who is Judge Dugan. He is now running for DA. And there's Larry Krasner. Who would you vote for in the May primaries? Who do you think will prevail in the May 20 primaries and why? And I'm going to keep asking you this throughout the day. Again, the question is there's a district attorney's race happening on May 20th. It's Judge Dugan and the current district attorney, Larry Krasner. Who would you vote for? Who do you think people will vote for on May 20th and why? That is the informal poll today. Uh, so that's what I'm doing this morning because there's a conversation happening, and when folks are running for office, it's not just about your feelings and what you think you should have. It's really about polling data. You got to look at the data and see what people are thinking throughout the city about who should be district attorney and why. So I'm doing my own informal polling this morning. I won't tell you what the data has said because I've looked at it. But I just really want to hear from all of you. Who would you vote for and why in the district attorney's race in Philadelphia? So it would be for those of you who are local to Philly. Now, I know there are people who watch this that are not living in Philadelphia. They're living in all parts of the world. And so, just so you are aware, Larry Krasner, who is our current district attorney, has been trending really on social media, talking about he's been there are folks fighting him because they say that he is too lenient in the justice system. Larry Krasner says, I am doing what I'm supposed to do because black folks have been terrorized, in the justice system for as long as you can possibly imagine. He is locking up people who are doing what they're not supposed to do, blah, 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 blah. And Judge Dugan says, he was a judge. He got off the bench so he could run for this office. And he says he believes that Larry Krasner is not the proper district attorney, that the office is losing cases more often than not, blah, 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 blah. So I've met both of them. I have interviewed both of them. If you've been on this internets with me, you will know that I interviewed both of them. Dugan wants to come back on. I told him I'm happy to have him back on, but if I do that, I have to also allow Larry Krasner to come back on. May 20th is around the corner. Today is May 7th, and so we're trying to figure it out. I am. Good morning, Winetta. Good morning, my darling. So that's where we are today. We're doing an informal poll. Who do you think people would vote for in the May primaries for district attorney to Philadelphia, if in Philadelphia, and why? Larry Krasner or Dugan? Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of news while I wait for Aronde, and I am going to let me see. Queen Nashua, good morning, my darling. Happy Wednesday to you too. I'm just really excited to have all of you here. I am also, I interviewed Kelvin Jeremiah, who is the CEO of the Philadelphia Housing Authority. A.Lawful Truth has a media partnership with them. But before that even happened, ooh, I was asked last year to be the mistress of ceremonies for their Philly Seeds program, and I am going to be doing that. And so I'm excited about that part too. Marguerite says, I think they should do a debate on your show. Hmm. Hmm. All right, let's see if we can make that happen. Alexandra says Larry Krasner holds the police department accountable and is balanced when it comes to the law, especially now when with Trump giving police immunity. So that's one in Larry Krasner's corner. Let me hear your thoughts, please. Seriously, throughout the entire show, I need to hear your thoughts on who do you think should be the next district attorney of Philadelphia and why. There's Aronde. I want to take him early. Good morning.
Good morning. How
How are you, Aronde?
you doing, Andre? Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to be seen. Good to see
Yes,
you.
sir. Aronde Kari is a Philadelphia-based artist whose work is centered around topics that has to deal with sports, jazz, and pop culture. He currently has his own solo exhibit, the Aronde Kari Experience, on display at the Urban Art Gallery, 262 South 52nd 262 South 52nd Street. I've been to that gallery. Aronde, welcome to Mornings with Marva, my brother. It's good to
Uh,
have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you accepted my call.
Now, all you have to do was send a Morse code.
That's what that's what you tell me. So that's what I did.
Yes. So tell us where you grew up and why art is so important to you now.
Oh, okay. So I grew up in Monterey in Philadelphia, and all my life I just liked talent. I was fascinated with people that can do not art but just any kind of talent, singing and dancing and um, like sports. And from a very young age, I was trying to find what do I do, and I found it at 10. I said, "Oh wow, I can really I can draw because I was copying from books.
Yes.
Oh, I can draw a little bit." And that became like my mission to develop my skills.
Yes. Yeah. And so were you encouraged in school when once you realized you could draw?
Yeah, actually, I was. It took a minute, but in junior high, I had got an award. I never really was getting awards for anything, and when he called me for an art award, I said, "Oh, hell, somebody recognized me." What I was doing. What happened is we had our teacher went on sabbatical,
Mm-hmm.
so we had a substitute teacher that was
Mm-hmm.
really teaching us art.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that, we would art was just like one of those classes that recreation after you do your academics.
Yeah.
So you sitting in art class and everybody's like either they in it or they not. But I was
Mm-hmm.
into it, and
Mm-hmm.
this particular teacher, was teaching things instead of saying this is a craft, this is cut paper, this is that. He was teaching us how to do like basic art, and I was like, oh wow. And I guess I was just so intrigued that at the end when we was in the auditorium, when he called my name, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh smacks. Oh, okay, somebody see it.
But Aronde, you're gifted. Your talent is so unique. Talk to me about the painting behind you because it looks like the person is coming off the
Okay.
canvas.
This is Sweet Prince of the Ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Um, JJ from Good Times.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically a 50th anniversary. I was trying to do it this year because my 50th, but
Mm-hmm.
last year was their 50th for the show,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to do a tribute to
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Walker and
Yes.
Barnes, and I just collaborated. Got a chance to put it all together in one. Now
Mm-hmm.
you can see this at the show down
Mm-hmm.
in West Philly,
Yeah.
and
When is the show? I know it's at the Black Art Gallery, 262 South 52nd Street in West
mhm,
Philly, right?
yeah.
What time? What days can people come and see the show?
Now you could go see the show um, on Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturday. Wednesday and Friday from 5 to 8, and Saturday it's 12 to 8, I believe. But to be sure, you could check urbanartgallery.com
Hold on, I'm writing this down because somebody's gonna ask. Wednesday and Fridays,
from 5 to 8,
uh-huh,
and on
5 to 8, uh-huh,
Saturday
and on
12.
Saturdays,
Yep, 12 to 8 on Saturday.
12 to 8.
Or you can
Uh,
call for appointment.
okay, and so what's the number to call for an appointment?
Goodness, sorry about that.
No worries,
Give me. Wait a minute. Can I do
no
this?
worries.
Oops.
No
Uh-oh.
worries, no worries. Take your time. Because, and I wish I had thought to bring up the piece that you painted for my husband, um, that everybody keeps talking about. They were floored around it when they saw it. Floored.
Can you still see me?
No, I can't see you.
Okay,
There
here.
you are. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Jam. Oh, Space Jams, right?
Space Jam. Yeah, yeah. What's the phone number for people to reach you?
I'm sorry. Oh, for me is 267-320-9318.
3 267 320 9318.
Yes.
Good morning, Nay Embraces Gray. Embraces Gray. Good morning. So how many pieces have you painted since you started this work?
I don't know, but I have 41 pieces in the show. And that's what I do, right?
Yeah. Rhonda, I'm stopping myself from coming down there because I really, really enjoy your work.
Just
Really.
I mean, just go. If you get a chance, just go to see it. It's a beautiful
Hmm.
gallery. It's two
Hmm.
floors.
Hmm.
Um, it's right on the corner.
I know where it is. Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Right.
it just look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, things are for sale, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, the whole reason I wanted to do the show
Mm-hmm.
was to celebrate art, celebrate being 50,
Mm-hmm.
and just celebrate good vibes. You know,
Yeah. What is your advice for those who want to become artists? Can you make a living being an artist? Because it's hard, right? How have you managed to survive up to this point?
it is hard, but it's hard, but it's a variety of things you can do. You can do commercial art. You
Hmm.
can do the fine art. The fine art, like the gallery art, is a little
Hmm.
hard because nothing
Hmm.
is guaranteed.
Hmm.
But you don't have to spend time doing that. You can get commercial jobs, illustration jobs. That's my major. My major is illustration.
Hmm.
So like that's what I'm working on now,
Hmm.
commissions and
Hmm.
my website.
Hmm.
And you just got to stay diligent. Really, you got to be your
Hmm.
own PR
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
or not. I mean, you can get the agent to help you out. But
Yeah.
I just like being.
Listen, you got somebody over here helping you out. East Coast says Urban Art Gallery 215-919-2424. They put up the phone number to the gallery.
There you go. That must be.
Yeah. 215-919-2424.
There you go.
Nine one nine two
That must
four
be
two.
Carl.
Huh?
Carl, the owner.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no, this is Tammy. This is a listener who
Oh,
went
okay.
and looked it up and gave it. Alexandra says it's a great gallery. Jasenia wants to know how long is your show? Like how many days will it be up?
It's up for the whole month.
for the whole month.
Hmm.
Shamika says, "Do you illustrate Ooh, Shamika said, "Do you illustrate children's picture books?"
I don't, but
But you should.
yeah,
His work is a fantastic. You should, Arande.
I'm not against it, but
Yeah,
I haven't yet, but I'm not against it.
yes.
You
Well,
know,
she's written a children's book and she needs an illustrator for it.
well, we can connect. We can,
Okay. Is this your phone number that you just gave me? 267-320-9318?
yes,
Yeah. Call him, Shamika. He is really, really good. And I guess that would be a great side hustle to the other things that you're doing. You know
absolutely.
what I
That's
mean?
why I say, if it fits,
Yeah.
I look at
Yeah.
everything. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had in my head to write a children's book about a precocious Jamaican girl
Oh wow.
who gets herself into trouble because she's doing what her parents tell her not to do. But the trouble is that she's always helping people. It's not like she's hurting anybody. She's
Right.
always helping people. But there's a Jamaican culture that says you're to be seen and not heard as a little girl. And
Yeah.
that little girl is me, obviously. But why is my
Wow.
hair doing something funky today? But I want to do it, but I've hemmed and hawed because I have the words, but I
Yeah.
really do need somebody to illustrate that spunky little girl, and all the things that she's gotten herself into. So maybe that could be a part for you. You spend a lot of time in solitude painting, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you do for fun other than artwork?
I try to get out, work out, just
Yeah.
be out in the sun.
Yeah.
Um, you know, art to me isn't really work,
I can
so
tell.
that's fun. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm always
Yeah.
thinking that way, and
Yeah.
it becomes a little dry, but
Yeah.
that's hours away. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
deep in it, but I don't go crazy or anything like that. So
Right. Question for you. Is it true that you have a piece of your artwork in the Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C.?
now that isn't true. That
You know how long people have been saying that?
when I heard you say that, I wanted to say, what's this? Because
Wow.
but it's something I wanted to do.
Well, you need to tell them. Go ahead and tell them that you need to get a piece of your artwork
Yeah,
because I think once as Mr. and I get older, we're going to donate the piece that you
but
create. It's really a great piece.
I actually have a letter written out for that because I want to get Sweet Prince of the Ghetto in there. I think
Yeah.
that'd be perfect for that. So I'm ready
Mhm.
for that. But I think probably what happened, what they think is me, my mentor, Daoud Anyabule has a piece in there. So somebody may have read it and
And
then
said that it was you.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But speak
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Selena says that's an avenue you should explore with so many of us sitting writing children's books. Lots of people
Oh
writing children's books.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Um, like I say, I'm not against it. It's just one of them things where to do children's books, you kind of really got to get into the right market with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Independent books becomes like an ordeal because
Mm-hmm.
of the money, and it seems like a good ideal until it's on paper
Mm-hmm.
both ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
for one, you don't want to mess with somebody's project if you're not 100% committed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So even though
Yes.
I'm like, hey, you're good, and I was well, but when we have to work together, it may be a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things that I'm cautious about.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you're speaking from experience, Arande. People are interesting. I get it. I absolutely get it.
Hmm.
What would you say to aspiring artists now who are, want to paint, want to draw, and, are being discouraged from doing it because they say it doesn't make any money?
Well, I mean, either you're going to do it or you aren't. But you shouldn't do it for the money.
Hmm.
But you should do it for the money because I mean, we make money. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
people will find you,
Hmm.
and you have to go out and just like I made the call to you, you have to
Yeah,
do that. You
yeah,
have to let people know that you're out there.
yeah.
Try listen. You're gonna make money
Okay,
because
okay. You take these up too.
money finds you in this I don't want to say game because it's life, right?
Yeah.
But you hear it, you should do this, you hear that all the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And the beauty is you have a lot of options. You have a lot
Mhm.
of independent options and you have a lot of commercial options.
Mhm.
So that's one thing you don't have less of in the arts is options.
Okay.
So
Shamika says, my current illustrator doesn't get my culture. I need a Philly vibe. Yeah. Or if you can recommend someone to her who
what
does illustrations of children's books.
that I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Marguerite says, I think you can write a book, Andre, about being the grandparent of multiples and their
Mhm.
and their adventures. Yeah. From the time I was about 20, I wanted to write a story about being a little girl and the things that that little girl got into. And, it took her parents so many years to realize that she really was just trying to help people, even as a
Right.
small child. But again, the illustrator has to be, and maybe I'll find a Jamaican illustrator who will help me to, do the mango tree, the ackee tree, the that kind of stuff. You you inspired me. You still inspire me. It's
Thank
the
you.
reason why you're on the show.
Thank you.
Do you have any other illustrations that you have in there that you want somebody to see?
Oh, my site. You can just go to my site,
What
um,
is it?
orondekari.com.
Spell
O R
your name.
ORONDEKAIRI.com.
Okay, so they can
And on
see.
Instagram, Oronde Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hold on one
And my
second.
studio is 5032 Germantown Avenue.
Oh, your studio is in Germantown Avenue.
Yes.
Uh, Rondé Kyrie. I'm looking it up now so I can. Oh, why did you put a people? Oh, look at you, Aronde. Look at you, though. I want you all to see this. That's a painting. That's a painting. Look at this, y'all. That's a painting. Aronde is
And it's
amazing.
sold, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, the whole thing about making money, you'll make money.
Yes, yes. This is amazing. Your stuff. I wish I
Thank
could
you.
pull that stuff off the wall. You have open editions.
Yep.
Oh,
Open.
wait till you see this one with Marvin Gaye. He painted this. He literally painted this. See if I can pull that up. Look at that. And it looks so real. Like it's jumping off. How do you do? How long does it take you to paint a piece like this?
It varies. Some can take a day, some could take months.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trained, so
Yeah.
it's not going to take me as long as somebody else.
Right. So this canvas print with Marvin Gaye is $74, right?
Yeah.
So what they would have to do is get it from you and then frame it, correct?
Yeah, you can buy them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't come framed, so
Okay.
it's options. Some are gallery wrapped, which means you
Mm-hmm.
need a frame.
Mm-hmm.
But they all on canvas. They all canvas G clays or canvas prints.
Wow. You
Hmm.
have Big Daddy Kane, child. This is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Now you have this. Ooh, stop it, y'all. Look at this.
That's at the
Marvin Gaye.
show.
Huh?
That's at the show.
It's
That's
at the
at the
show.
show. You got
Look
to
at
go
this
see
one.
it.
That's Marvin Gaye in studio. I just want you all to see what I see. This is why he's on here. He's so talented and he's so humble. I'm talking to you about your show, and you're just like, well, I'm doing
That's what
this
they
and I'm doing
say.
that.
I told Andrea, this is my life. I've been
It
doing this
is.
all my life, so I'll
Yeah.
always be getting attention.
Yeah.
But that's just really my personality.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm excited, but I'm not. I mean, it's no room for that arrogance.
Yes. Got you. I got you. I got you. So you have things as what's the least expensive thing you own you have up for sale?
Oh, well, I have merchandise. I have
Well,
merch shirts. I have
right.
hoodies. Um, you might find
Yeah.
a painting that's real affordable,
Mm-hmm.
or you
Mm-hmm.
might find something that's a couple dollars. But we have payment plans now,
Yes.
so
Yes.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Who are the clients that buys your paintings?
no, no, but just for instance, just to drop a name like Sweet Prince of the Ghetto,
Mm-hmm.
Orton from BET News, he bought the big one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Patti LaBelle and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But regular people, everybody, the
Regular
world.
people like me,
Yeah.
regular folk.
Well, I don't want to say you're not regular, but
I'm
yeah.
regular. I'm a regular person. Regular. I am not Patti LaBelle and folks on BET, but I'm a regular sister who saw
But
your work and recognized the value of it immediately.
that's my thing though. Everybody buys it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I'm proud of you, man.
thank
I'm
you.
proud of you. Tell them again where they can find the your show.
Urban Art Gallery. Sorry that I
Hmm.
had a number. It's early in the morning.
No worries. It's 215-919-2424. And
Sorry.
they can see it Wednesday and Friday,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And Saturday.
Uh, from 5 to 8 p.m. Wednesday and Friday, and on Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. I am going to Marguerite says, "Stop looking, Andrea. Leave something for us to buy."
No, just I mean, if you don't buy anything, hey, listen, seriously, everything to me, knowing the art world, everything is that's there is affordable.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
uh,
I love that you
I
have
didn't-
affordable things.
right?
So somebody says, I'm looking too. I love the yesterday merch. Yes, Dania. And Melissa says, they are not framed, but do you have frames there for purchase? Can you frame them at a cost?
Yes, I can. I can
Yes.
do that. I have a good framer.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah,
do. Okay, you have a good
yeah.
framer. You have a good
Hmm.
framer. I wonder if my husband is listening, if you could pull down the one that you did for him for his birthday. Mr. Sanders, if you're listening to me, pull it in so you can bring it up so I can show it to people. This thing just jumps right off the canvas. And so I unveiled it for him at a family Christmas dinner. And everybody was like, where the hell did you get that? You are so incredibly talented. So
And
talented.
good project to do, and you let me kind of do what I do, which is always good. But
Hmm.
even if you didn't, I would accommodated you.
Yeah, thank you. I did. I gave you carte blanche. I was like, look, these are the people he loves. Do whatever you want to do. So I didn't know what was going to come of it. I
Right.
just told you who his favorite people were. And George Clinton. You say George Clinton, and his little toes go up to the moon. He loves George Clinton and Bootsy Collins and folks like that. So I thought it was great. Um, so folks are looking, right?
Yeah.
I'm so grateful to talk to you. If you want to reach him directly, it's 267-320-9318. Harande, I wish you success with your gallery exhibit. I am excited that now there are people looking on the website, that you will have more clients
Right.
who probably never knew of you before. You're like a well-known secret, and here it comes. He was listening. There we go. Here we go. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. I am not damaging it, John Sanders. Back up. Thank you. There it is. There it is. See it? Yeah, Bootsy Collins. It's a big thing too. What was that? George Clinton. I can't even. Lord have mercy. Let me drop this a little bit so they can see George Clinton. Hey, y'all see George Clinton from the mothership? Bootsy Collins. Arande created this. Here, take your painting back because he's standing at the door going, don't drop it. Don't harm it. Don't. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Close the door behind you. So I'm so proud of you. Thank you. This is something that everybody in our family loves, and we continue to treasure it. And we've decided we're not even sure we're gonna give it to anybody in the family. I don't think they deserve it.
Yeah. Right.
So it's one of the pieces I think I'm going to donate to a museum, when we're ready. It
Yeah.
is, when I say beautiful, beautiful. And it just jumps off the canvas. And it's not framed. He said, can you just, yeah, he did it. Now everybody's saying, wow, beautiful, nice. It's
Thank
great.
you.
It's
Yeah.
great.
It's a gallery wrap, so you don't even need to frame that one, right?
Hmm.
But you
Hmm.
could, and it would
Yeah.
look
Oh, we're
nice.
not framing that.
But good.
That gallery wrap gonna sit right because you see all sides of it. It's like a 3D thing. When you
Yeah.
look, you see
Just
it from all
sit on,
sides.
sit on your wall nice. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's really nice. So when I say I'd love to come down to the gallery and take a look, but I'm looking at the coins, but everything is affordable. You've got affordable pieces.
It
It's
really
just
is.
framing them.
Trust me, people they do the art thing and they go to museums or they go to particular galleries. When they go in there, they say, "Okay, let me grab
Mm-hmm.
this while I can." I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm trying to give people a chance to buy art.
Right,
Um,
right, and affordable. And
right,
as Andrew says, Marvel George Clinton in the Parliament will be at the casket. Mr. Sanders already knows. He came to me and I was like, I'm not going. You can go ahead and see George Clinton. Um, Jania wants to know, are you at the gallery on the showing days? They want to meet you.
I can be
So I would say call him, y'all. Two
right,
six seven 320 9318. I'm
and
sure they can meet you.
also you can come to my studio in Germantown,
Okay. What's
and
the address for the student in Germantown?
it's 5132 Germantown Avenue,
Mhm. All right, that's close enough. I think
Studio
that's easy.
201. It's the Firehouse Arts, and it's a co-op gallery.
Okay. And when are you there?
Usually on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Around is it? Okay. And the time there, what time are they open?
Oh, it's open 24 hours. It's open 20.
What?
Yeah. hmm But you have to get buzzed in. So, like I said, I'm there Saturday and Sunday, and
From
doing
what time to what time?
to 8 o'clock to to whatever. Especially if somebody going to come, I'm there when they say they're going to come. I'm there
Okay.
before them.
Okay. Okay.
hmm
All right. So I would suggest that y'all go see his work, y'all. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Uh Marguerite says, I am with Mr. Melissa says she likes your vibe.
Oh,
I just needed people to get to see you and to talk to you. Um, Jania says that's 2 blocks from her school. Really?
really? Friends? Somebody go to Germantown Friends or something?
Yeah. Oh, I did not know that.
On my own.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You said, come on. So it's 5132 Germantown Avenue on the weekends. So, all
Yeah.
right, let's go. It's so good to talk to you, my brother. I'm going to go on down there and take a look.
I
And hopefully I won't be in divorce court because your pieces are really nice.
I take care of my people. Yeah, but
Then your people are coming.
Andrea, listen, I appreciate you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're so welcome, my brother. You're so welcome. I'm always about the people, for the people, by the people, unapologetically.
Yep,
Um,
that's true.
so listen. So you take it easy, and we'll see you soon. Okay?
You too. And
All right,
I'm
my brother.
sorry for not having the phone number, but thank
You're
you.
welcome. No worries. The people here are always working it out, so no worries. Talk to you soon, my brother.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Uh, well, Arandi, you're going to have to figure out how to hang up, sir. There you go. So, there's so many talented people in this city, so many. And often they don't get exposure because they're not considered name brand or big names or, whatever that is. And yes, yes, Viola, near Gaffney's Fabric Store. Um, his gallery is at not at 52nd. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The Urban Art Gallery is near your school. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely correct. So you can go see his show at the Urban Art Gallery for the month of May. Fridays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 5 to 8 p.m. On Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. The brother is super duper 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 talented. I remember when I met him through Mr. Man Frisbee, he was raffling off one of his paintings, and I wanted to scratch the person's eyeballs out who wanted the painting that I didn't. It was so good. And then I commissioned him to make a piece for my husband. It is, we want to support small businesses and we want to encourage people who are artists that are out here doing the work and stop asking them to do the stuff for free. One of the sisters that I ride with, a white woman, she said, Melissa said I needed to save my money, shaking my head. White woman, we would ride our bicycles and she would say, the most frustrating thing, she's a talented artist. Her work is now in the Philadelphia International Airport. And it happened after we were riding, and she's like, I think I wanted to do something else. And my daughter is an artist too. And, people keep telling me that artists can't make money. And I said to her, I said, just stay the course, stay the course. We're riding the bicycle. I said, stay the course. You're going to be okay. And then the job started coming in. She's now in elementary schools putting up stuff stuff for them with children. She is, doing stuff down in Kensington. She is doing stuff at the Philadelphia International Airport in Terminal A by the bathroom. Every time I see it's a bird flying. Every time I see her work, I am so proud because I remember her saying, I think I'm just going to give up on this because people expect people, you're just drawing something. Why do you want to be paid for it? Stop insulting people and appreciate the talents, the gifts and talents that they bring to this world. And so Arande is one of those folks who is just, when you see his artwork, you're just like, my God. So remember, we're still in a tough time. When you go support, buy within your means. I tell people all the time, just do what you know, what you can. Don't go all overboard. Um, because we need to make sure we have our funds for other things. All right, so it's graduation season, and I'm going to a graduation ceremony today at Temple at 1:30. Um, a woman by the name of Lisa Marie, Joel Wilson's wife, and someone, a businesswoman in her own right, is going to be the keynote at one of the graduation ceremonies today at 1:30. Tomorrow, um, Hania, who is a part of my team, Hania Sharp Brown, who has told the story, her and Sarita, their best friends, told the story time and again about how she was pregnant while she was at Temple University. And Sarita said they called them baby mamas, and they had to go all the way up to Congress to fight for mothers who were pregnant and in college and how they were treated. And now Hania is doing incredibly well in her own right. She does public relations. She was asked to be the keynote tomorrow at another graduation ceremony tomorrow afternoon. And so I'm proud. We are all going squad deep to go see her give her speech at her alma mater, where folks told her she was never going to be anything but a baby mama. Never let anyone dictate your trajectory. Never let them sit in your head, right? Always figure out that there are ways that you can be and to grow and to learn. She is phenomenally successful today at the age of 41. And so, I'm going to go support Lisa today, Hania tomorrow. So you may see me at some of these graduation ceremonies. I look forward for those of you who are graduating with your master's degrees or your bachelor's degrees or your PhDs. Congratulations, because it takes an incredible amount of work to get to that point. And so I don't want anyone to ever demean and diminish the things that you have worked so hard for. Lena says, my girlfriend Lisa is a phenomenal sister. She is Lisa Marie. Yeah, so they know her. Alexandra says, Marva, I'm on his site and I'm seeing pieces for my empty walls. Lord, I'm. Now, if Marva brings it to you, it is worthy of your looking at it because I want you to get the value for your money. I want you to support people who are not only talented, but gifted in ways that, the way they treat people, the way they talk to people, the way they love on people. Folks, not everybody is going to be a lawyer, a doctor, or an Indian chief. Not everybody is going to be an engineer. Not everybody. So we have to meet people in the gifts and talents. And when you work, like Arande says, when you love what you do, it doesn't feel like working a day in your life. I've told this story before. My ex-husband, we had gone to his house some years ago when my oldest was graduating. Our oldest was graduating from high school, and so, oh, I'll come back to you, Shamika. And so we were at the graduation party at his house. And I see this beautiful painting on the wall. And I said to him, I said, where the hell did you get that from? And he said, a woman who used to work for me, who was an engineer, chemical engineer, and she was making great money, hated her job at $300,000 a year, hated her job. He said to her, why are you a chemical engineer then if you don't like your job? She said, Asian. She said her parents wanted her to become, something other than an artist. They didn't think that she would be able to make any money as an artist. And he encouraged her to quit her damn job at $300,000 a year and to follow her bliss. He said her work now is curated 1.2 million, 1.5. So follow your bliss, follow your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. If you're willing to put in the time and the energy, you will get there. Shamika says, wait, we are the same age. I was prego at Temple too. Would love to hear her speech. I'll see if I can record some of it. I'm so proud of her. And Hania is my public relations person for A.Lawful Truth. And I mean, she kills the game. She plays zero games. So when it comes to getting the work done on behalf of my company, she was the one, her and Sarita, that worked with me to write that speech that I wrote when I left the radio station. They are some bad sisters. Right. And so when there's something going on with the company, she tells the people, talk to me. Do not talk to Andrea. I am the one that you come through to make sure that we make sure she gets the best deal, the best value for her dollar, because I know how Andrea works. I know what she's willing to do, and I know she will give away the farm. Talk to me, Hania. And so they get on the line with Hania. Hania, they dot every I, her and Sarita, they dot every I and cross every T, make sure everything is done legally. And so I never have to worry about that aspect of the work. She's incredibly good at what she does. And so I'm grateful. And people sometimes get miffed because she's a stickler for doing things the right way. We don't fly by the seat of our pants on this in this media company. We just cannot and will not. So anything public relations has to go through her. If anyone wants to deal with me or to talk to me or to hire me to do certain things, the sister's bad. Tomorrow she is literally going to be the keynote at her alma mater. After they told her she wasn't going to turn it out to be anything, she's killing the game. She's killing the game. So I am incredibly impressed. And then Lisa Marie, who's getting her master's degree and was chosen as her class speaker, proud, just proud. And so when I get these calls, and then my little baby, Tammy, what's her name? Baby Ruby. Ruby has a little a dance recital thing coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna go. Little Miss Ruby, who is 8 years old, I'm gonna go to her dance recital or little musical recital, and I'm gonna sit there in that audience and watch that baby thrive. We sometimes tend to only want to go where it's, oh my God, it's so and so from the national level and it's so and so from the state level. I'd rather do stuff like this, celebrate local everyday people who are about the business of being about the business. Laverne says you're building a dynamic team. Second day I hear the story of the team. That is my mission. Oh yeah, I'm really clear. Sarita is one of the best writers I have ever met in my life, and I can write. I don't. I said, Sarita, boop. I have two producers, two regular producers. Sarita's my producer on the A Lawful Truth podcast. I have another producer, another editor that edits the podcast. I have a content producer, and I have two technical producers that go with me out in the live broadcast. If you want to do this thing, you got to do it right. It's going to cost money. I'm not making any money from my business right now, but I'm building a brand that'll make sure that we get what we need. I'm not working with a brother if he would ever reach out to me in a timely fashion to get my merch done. So we're not playing games. We're absolutely not playing games. And it all starts with the trademark. Don't go out there and do what you want to do and throw up a shingle if you don't have a trademark done. I'm sharing with you all because, Lord, and I get it. We got to live. I remember when I said to my husband, I'm going to quit what I am doing because I really want to start over and do something else. That was 2016. And I knew it was going to cost a certain amount of money. I said, we're going to have to tighten our belts. I bought nothing. I bought nothing for a couple of years, and we got the trademark done. And he says, well, you can do it. No, no, no. If I'm going to do this, and if we're going to take the time and the energy and the coins to do what needs to be done, I'm not buying anything. I didn't go anywhere. 2016 to 2018 was when I started. 2018 was when I started traveling across the country, driving across the country. But we put the money to develop the pieces, get a business account, a business accountant, all the things that needed to be done, so that when this ish happened last year, I was ready to go. I didn't have to put anything in place. I set it up, and I was like, when it's time to hit go, I'll know what to do. So when all the stuff was unfolding last year, last summer, I was ready. I had everything in place, and went boom, off we went. And so the last piece for me was to get the A Lawful Truth Foundation. I can thank my lawyer for that. We now have the A Lawful Truth Foundation, so we can get foundation dollars, not have had to use it or to try and access it, because I get sponsorships, for the show and for the podcast. And then you guys subscribe. So we're able to do. And so we're going to continue to build out the team to do the work that needs to be done. So now I got one, two, three. four, five, six, seven people that I pay. Seven. You and and if you've just got to say to yourself, it can be done. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it can be done. And so said, so done. The things are working themselves out. So but if you believe in yourself enough and you put in the time and the energy, when my team is sleeping, I'm awake going, all right, I got to do this. All right, I got to do that. When I did a live broadcast at the Palestra for Team Jamaica Bickle, Sarita sent a text to the whole team and said, look at Marva. She just out there. I didn't have any expect. I don't ask my team to do anything that I wouldn't do first myself, right? And so they thought I was just going to go and have a conversation about doing the live podcast, the live broadcast. When Team Jamaica Bickle reached out and said, "We want you to do it," I started to put all the pieces in place. They turned on their cameras and was like, "Oh crap, she's out there doing it." So it is important. It is important that we work and don't expect people to do anything we wouldn't do ourselves. And also listen to your team. You don't know everything. Yes, the buck stops with you. But if you have a chip that is missing somewhere where you're not empathetic, where you don't know how to work with people, but you want to do this thing, it's not about because the money will come if you have the passion. My passion has always been about all of you. All of you, right? When I realized that everybody else was looking at the shiny apple and the, oh, I want Congressman so and Senator so, and I focused on the everyday people. I will always do that. Always do that. Because I believe that when you take care of those that are in your community, when you share the stories of those who are in community that are doing the work, that are loving on each other, that are trying to figure out how to make it so we can find our solutions, then we will be okay. So I asked this morning before I got on, right as I got on the air, who would you vote for? I'm doing an informal poll: Larry Krasner or Dugan, who is his opponent. Let me read some of the comments that I have here from some of you. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. I do have a children's book in me. I have several actually. Let me see. All right, so Alexandra says Larry Krasner holds the police department accountable and is balanced when it comes to the law, especially now with Trump giving police immunity. Butterfly, Mary Alyssa May. She says, good morning, all. I work in and adjacent courts, and the families are better supported by Krasner, who supports rehabilitation and restoration in the community, which shifts the conversation. Let's see. Lena says, I think Krasner is fair and he can only prosecute based on what the detectives bring him. Tamara says, I have been seeing many unsuspected supporters of Dugan. I saw Armand Brown and his relatives with the Dugan posters. I then remembered that Armand Brown supports and ran on opinions that are anti-black. I'm voting for Larry Krasner. Anybody knows Dugan at all? Did anyone do any research on him to see what his platform is? Because remember, I tell you, after I interview these people, you've got to do your research. Get on their platforms and learn for yourself what you need to know. Um, yeah. So everybody else is talking about Arande. Arande is gifted. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you, Arande is gifted. So all right, let's see what else is going on here. Just want to make sure. So if anybody would like to add, Jazenia says, I have a few of Arande's calendars. After viewing his website, I'm going to make a purchase. Thanks for inviting him this morning. You're absolutely welcome. So yeah, I'm grateful that that happened. I'm grateful that that happened. Shamika, and look at you, don't let any, but you're one of those people that'll never let anybody tell you what you can't do it. Tracy says people are saying that Dugan is a Republican in disguise. Yeah. Um, she also says, I'm also hearing that people are changing their party to Democrat in order to vote Dugan into office. Mm-hmm. Melissa says, Keir Gray had a forum this past Sunday with both candidates. Viola says, if I could vote in Philadelphia, Krasner. And Alexandra says, all I know is he pulled out of the WHYY debate. There's a whole story behind that. So, um, Wait, Tracy Hampton, who was in your family line? She said, I'd love to show that picture at our upcoming family reunion. He's in your family line. Who was it, JJ or Marvin Gaye? You know. So let's see. So the polling in Philadelphia shows that Larry Krasner is 30 points ahead. And and so that's why I asked you all what is the informal thought in Philadelphia. Again, I don't have a dog or a bone in this fight as a media person. I just ask you what you're thinking, and I can tell from the 4 or 5 answers here that this is why he's 30 points ahead. So, Dugan has commercials on television. Larry, I haven't seen any yet, but we will see. We will absolutely see. But there are people in this corner. I saw in Dugan's corner, I saw Ryan Boyer speaking about him the other day. I sat next to Dugan in church on Sunday. Seems like a pretty decent gentleman, but again, you've got to go do your research on both candidates. Not because Larry has been sitting in office forever and a day, and not because Dugan, was a judge. Look at Dugan's history as a judge. Look at all the things that are going on there. The same way you're going to dig into Larry Krasner, I need you to dig into finding out who Dugan is, and then you make your informed decisions. When you go to the polls. Tamara says, with all that's happening in the courts, I can't trust that there's no ulterior motive coming from Dugan's camp. Say more about that, please. I'd like to know. Lena says, there is something about Dugan that just rubs me the wrong way. Tell me why. Did you research him? Did you see what he has done in the courts? Did you look at his history as a judge? Um, I don't want you all to just go off of emotions and speculation. I want you all to do your research. It is absolutely important. There's my cousin. My cousin was just on here. Um, Monica says, "Oh, good morning, Monica. You're late this morning, honey. We had a whole conversation with an artist, a local artist from Philadelphia, Orande Kyrie, who has he has an exhibit at okay, he has an exhibit at an art exhibit at Urban Art Gallery at 52nd Street in West Philadelphia. The exhibits opened 5 to 8 Wednesday and Fridays, and on Saturdays 12 to 8 p.m. It'll be there for the entire month of May. And he also has his own studios at 5132 Germantown Avenue, Studio 201, where he's there, he said, on Saturdays. So, a very gifted artist. And then we talked about what are people's thoughts about this district attorney's race in on March 20th, 2025. Who do you think will prevail just based on it's an informal conversation, informal poll that I did this morning based on what I saw. People are saying that Larry Krasner is who they think will win this thing and who they would vote for. So I just still want you all to go and do your work, right? Do your work. I have no qualms about interviewing Dugan and Krasner again. I don't know if they will come on at the same time, but I will try to see if I can have a conversation with both of them at once. They would take up the entire show. And then we can go from them. Good morning, Roz. Alexandra says, hold on. Alexander says, I'm going to talk with a family member who worked at the CJC as an EA for a judge about Dugan. Joanne says Judge Dugan is saying he'll restructure the DA's office with a dedicated prosecutor for each section of the city. Isn't that a waste of money? Doesn't Philadelphia already have a deputy prosecutors? Okay. Melissa says, I agree after the forum. He is very sneaky and he was not stating all the facts. He believes to punish all people and not what the situation is. Hmm. Where was this forum that happened on Sunday? So Melissa is saying that Dugan is sneaky and was not stating all of the facts he believes to punish all people and not what the situation calls for. All right, I'm glad I asked you this question. Just wanted to hear from all of you to see what you had thought. This was an informal poll from all of you, so I absolutely appreciate it. I am getting ready to get off the air. Tomorrow is Love is Thursday. And also let me know what you think about the love is segment too. Should we continue it? Are you getting anything from it, etc. Alexandra says a mobile town hall. Yeah, you know, I'm not. That's not something I would do publicly, but I'm going to reach out to both of their camps to see if I can get them on here together. Um, they don't seem to like each other very much, so I'm not sure how this is going to work itself out. But if they're online, uh, in a forum with me, maybe they will be able to do it. All right, my darlings, I will talk to you all tomorrow morning at 6:30 sharp. I am going to go see Lisa today. Joanne says, if you're paying your tuition, I'm not really sure. What do you mean, Joanne? Oh, she's talking about temple. If you're paying your tuition, what difference does it make, even if you're a stripper or a mother of 20? Yeah, but people are judgmental. So you're pregnant in school and they're like, oh my God, you're gonna just be a baby mama. I have to read Sarita's thing that she wrote about Hania. Just brought tears to my eyes. Melissa says, please do your research and find out for yourself. I agree, Melissa. That's why I keep telling everybody, do your research. Go look up both gentlemen. Go look at their history. Go look at what it is that they've done. Look at their mistakes. Look at if either one of them why why one or the other would make a great district attorney for the city of Philadelphia. This episode of Mornings with Mother, my fingernails actually have dirt in them because I've been in the dirt, in the soil. This episode of Mornings with Mother is officially over. I am Andrea Lawful Sanders. I'll see you when I see you. Bye, everybody. Bye bye. See you later. I'll see you later, alligator.